So begin to sit up nice and tall, and we're going to lengthen through our spine, relaxing the palms, facing down into the knees in a nice receiving position. Lengthen through the spine, bringing your chin towards your chest. Allow that back of the neck to just stretch. And closing down the eyes, begin to let your sit bones settle. Come home to yourself, arriving onto your mat. Begin to take a deep inhalation into the nose and exhale fully through the mouth. Once again, inhale fully into the nose and exhale, release through the mouth. Inhale fully into the nose. Exhale, release. And just allow the breath to come back to normal. And just begin to observe how your physical body has arrived onto the mat this evening. Just taking a quick mental scan from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. And just notice how your physical body is in this moment, how it's feeling. Is there any tingling, any sensations, past or present injury or pain within the body? And bringing your awareness back to your breath now, we're going to bring a count. So we're going to inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, and hold for a count of 4. So we'll go together. Inhale through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Release 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Release 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. And continue on your own count. So everyone's breath is going to be a little bit different. See if you can slow down the breath. So see if you can go a little bit deeper, allowing your belly to really expand. And as you exhale, drawing your navel a little closer to the spine. Just as you continue this exercise, notice a shift. The tool of your breath kicking in, beginning to work, calming your entire nervous system and relaxing your body. So we'll come back to a regular breath now, but inhaling in and out through the nose. So activating your Ujjayi breath. If you can, closing down the mouth and just breathing in and out through the nose. And see as you exhale if you can find that oceanic sound within your breath. Two more here. Gorgeous. So just keeping the eyes closed, trusting in the sound of my voice. Begin to relax your hands just down onto the ground or to the side. And we're going to bring the chin in towards the chest and begin to take a head roll. And I invite you to really slow it down. Continue the Ujjayi breath. So if you can, keeping the mouth closed, in and out through the nose, but moving nice and slowly, going really mindfully with the head, checking in with the back of the neck and the shoulders. Rotate, go the opposite direction. Lovely. We're going to bring our hands together in the center of the chest. Inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the sky. We're going to interlace our fingers and press the palms up and away from us. And just holding the hands here, begin to lengthen through the arms, taking the biceps to the sides of the ears, drawing the hands back, lengthening into the side body, and just gently sway from side to side, just moving a little into the sit bones. Wakening up those side bodies. Gorgeous. Look up towards the hands now. And as you exhale, we're taking the fingertips out nice and wide. So palms face up, inhale, look up, reach up, lift up out of your pelvis, fingertips to touch, exhale, opening those arms now, bringing the hands back ever so slightly. Lovely. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, open those arms as wide as you can. Last one here. Inhale, look up, reach up, really lifting up towards the sky. And as you exhale, this time coming halfway down, begin to rotate the wrists here. Lovely. Stretching out all 10 fingers. Rotate, go the opposite direction. Continue that Ujjayi breath. We're going to drop our left palm to the mat. Reach your right hand up and over, folding into the left elbow. Drop the head and take a deep inhalation into the right side body. Exhale, release back to center. Dropping the right hand, taking the left hand up and over, bending into that right elbow. Drop the head, inhale fully, left lung inflates fully. Exhale, release, right hand reaches up and over. See if you can fold a little deeper here, really dropping the head, letting the side go. Exhale, release back to center, right hand up and over. Keep the alignment here. Gorgeous. Exhale, release back to center. Hands to the knees and just begin to rotate from the hips. So gently softening through the spine. Again, check your Ujjayi breath. Rotate. Go the opposite direction. Lovely. And we're going to bring our knees in. So just coming onto your mat, taking a reverse tabletop. Spread the fingertips wide, fingers facing towards your bum. Inhale, lift the hips up towards the sky. Squeezing into the glutes, draw the knees towards each other. Drop the head and take a deep inhalation here. Exhale, release. Slowly coming down. Begin to roll your spine down onto the mat, come onto a lying position and bring the knees in towards the chest. Give your knees a big hug, a big squeeze, and gently begin to rotate the knees, massaging out your lower back. Rotate, go the opposite direction. And you're going to hug your right knee in towards your chest, extend your left leg out nice and long, flex that left foot. And begin to extend the right leg up towards the sky. Interlace the fingers behind the right thigh and begin to point and flex the right toes. Really lengthening to that right leg. Relax the shoulders, relax the face, taking a little smile here, softening through the face, and begin to rotate that right foot now. Really releasing any inflammation around the ankle. Rotate, go the opposite direction. Gorgeous. Bringing the right knee in towards the chest, take the left hand and just place your left hand on your left hip and gently begin to draw the right knee out to the side now. Just opening up that right hip. Exhale, release, coming back to center, lengthening that right leg again and maybe taking hold of your right toe. So you might need to take your head off the ground, really extend into the leg. And see if you can open up the right leg now, just really opening up that right hip as far as you can. It doesn't have to be, we're only starting, so we're not totally warmed up yet, so just go nice and slow, just into the stretch and release, coming back to center, bring that right knee back in towards the chest, big squeeze, big hug, draw your knee towards your armpit, and exhale, release, switching legs, draw that left knee in towards you, flex your right foot, ensuring that your right thigh is activated, and give your left knee a big hug, a big squeeze. Begin to extend that left foot up towards the sky, interlace the hands behind the left thigh as you begin to point and flex that left foot. So check your breath, make sure that you're nice and balanced. You've got a nice rhythm going through your breath. And begin to rotate that left ankle now. Again, releasing that inflammation around the ankle. Rotate, go the opposite direction. Stretch out those toes. Keep lengthening through the leg. Stretching out that leg as fully as you can. Beautiful. Taking the right hand to your right hip, bend your left knee. And just take hold of the left knee and begin to draw that left knee out, opening into that left hip. Try to keep the right leg nice and long and straight. So you notice when your right glute is coming off the ground to stop. Don't go any further. Inhale, come back to center and begin to lengthen through that left leg once again. So option to do your knee again for a second time, or taking hold of the left toe, big toe, and just opening up the left leg like so. Wherever you're at, breathe. Not going too far. We're only getting warmed up, bending that left knee again. And bring both knees in towards the chest. Give your knees a big hug, drawing the knees towards the armpits again. Gently rock from side to side, just softening out the lower back. And slowly begin to roll over to one side and bring yourself around, and we're going to take a big child's pose, bringing the knees as wide as the mat, bring your big toes to touch, sink the hips, allow your tailbone to melt towards the ground, and begin to walk your fingertips forward, bend the elbows, relax your arms, bring your forehead to the mat, grounding down, check your breath. So breathing into that lower belly, really deeply filling up here. Maybe taking a couple of exhalations from the mouth. So just surrender your day, surrender anything that's gone on before class today, just releasing the past. And really grounding into this moment, this present time of being within your body today. Taking the palms together, bring the prayer hands to the back of your neck and slowly begin to walk your elbows forward. Melt your armpits down onto the ground. And take a few deep inhalations here. See if you can lengthen your lung capacity. Really stretching out the diaphragm. Expanding your rib cage. Exhale, release, begin to walk the fingertips forward as fully as you can. Stretch the arms as much as is possible and come right up onto your fingertips. And when you get to your fingertips, just gently begin to rock from side to side, moving into the hips. Feel the compression in both of your hips here and feel the side body stretching. Maybe taking the head from side to side. Gorgeous. Coming up into your tabletop position. Knees below the hips, hands below shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. Make sure all 10 knuckles and all finger pads are pressed into the mat. Inhale, drop the belly, traction your chest forward, gaze draws up. Exhale, release, bring the chin towards the chest, doming into the spine like a scared cat. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, release, and just continue on your own count, using your breath to guide your movement. Warming up your spine, really feeling into all areas of your spine, of your back. See if you can go a little bit deeper into each pose. Gorgeous. And then close down the eyes and maybe begin to move a little bit more intuitively, perhaps taking some head rolls or taking the hips from side to side, feeling into your body, maybe dropping the hips onto the heels, begin to rotate the hips. Perhaps staying in the upper body, walking the hands around your mat. And especially feeling into any areas of stiffness or tightness. Anything that really feels like it needs to be investigated within your body. Perhaps taking some belly rolls, drawing your navel towards your spine and dropping your belly as if you were rolling around a barrel, as if your belly was a barrel and you roll around each edge. Belly rolls, gorgeous. And you might walk your hands towards you and rotate from the shoulders down into the fingertips, or sink the hips back, stretching into all of the fingers. Perhaps tucking your toes in, stretching into the feet. So just get whatever feels natural to really investigate. Hands face up towards you, stretching into the wrists. Watching out for any cracking in the hips or the knees. Perfectly normal, natural. Beautiful. Walking the hands away from you now. Spread those fingers wide, all 10 of those finger pads on the mat. Begin to lift the hips up towards the sky and keep the feet a nice wide hip distance apart and begin to pedal out the feet. As you move your hips from side to side, keep soft in the hips, working into the back of the legs, stretching out the hamstring. Sway your head, yes, and then shake your head, no. Release any tension in the back of the neck. And then drawing the heels towards the ground, drop the head and lift the tailbone a little higher towards the sky. See if you can find your resting downward dog position. Beautiful. So really getting into your Ujjayi breath here, really nice and deep. Conserving your energy, and if it is sore or uncomfortable, maybe walking your feet a little closer to your body. Now we're going to bend our knees and begin to slowly step towards our hands. So as you step straight, stretching into the legs, walk to the back of your wrist and then take hold of opposite elbows and just gently sway from side to side here. Maybe take a big sound or roll the lips or make a big exhalation from the mouth. Really releasing, letting go of everything here, including your physical body, just releasing the hands onto the ground, bent knees. Feel a deep sense of surrender here as you let go. Shake the head. Bring the chin in towards the chest and slowly begin to roll up through the spine, stacking vertebrae upon vertebrae, coming up to the top of the mat and gently begin to sway the arms from side to side. And we're just going to shake everything off. Shake out the legs, shake out the arms, get really soft in the hips, and see if you can wobble your body like jelly for a moment, just grounding into the feet, keeping the feet still in the shape, whole body. Yes, and even just getting a little bit of rhythm in your shaking, bending and straightening the knees. Just throwing out the arms, shaking the shoulders up and down, hips from side to side, shaking the head. Just really releasing and hold in the body. Gorgeous. Okay, coming to the top of the mat, spreading, taking 10 toes off the mat, spread the toes wide and begin to really ground into your feet. So allow your feet to get really wide. Imagine that your feet have roots going down into the ground, into the core of the earth, and you're being really grounded and earthed into the earth. Begin to tuck the tailbone under, stand up nice and tall, palms facing forward, soften the shoulders, and just taking a few grounding breaths here. You can take your one hand to the heart and just see if you can feel your pulse You deepen your breath in your Tadasana mountain pose. Hands to prayer in the center of the chest. Inhale, reach the fingertips up toward the sky. Look towards your thumbs and get as tall and long as you can. As you exhale, swan dive, hinging from the hips, fold forward, drop the head. Inhale, coming to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Bring the knees, taking the hands to the mat, step back into your high plank. Just hold high plank, draw the heels back, engaging the core, soften between the shoulders, strong arms, bend the knees, drop your chest and chin to the mat. Soften, inhale, scoop the chest forward, keep your elbows in. Coming into your baby cobra, draw the shoulders back. Gorgeous. Exhale, release, tucking the toes and press back to downward facing dog. Taking 5 deep Ujjayi breaths here. See if you can bring your heels to the ground. Beautiful. And you can keep the movement in your legs if it feels better. Wherever you are, just counting your breath. Keep your breath the main focus of your practice tonight. See if you can melt your heart a little closer to the ground. Lengthen into the back of the legs, tailbone a little higher. Inhale, begin to look between the palms, bend the knees, stepping and hopping to the top of your mat. We're going to sink the hips and sweep the arms up into our Uttanasana chair pose. Biceps to the sides of the ears. So really draw those hands back. Either, sink your hips a little lower. So we don't want to arch through the spine here like so. We want to really keep our back nice and straight. Those arms long. See if you can sit down a little bit more, pressing into the feet. Lovely. And exhale, release, coming back to standing. Take the arms wide. We're going to take our palms behind us, interlace the fingers. Lengthen through the arms, soften the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, release. And find your Samastiti pose. Beautiful. We're going to take 2 more sun salutations. So this one is going to be focusing on balance. So ensuring that the body is nicely balanced in each pose. So hands together, inhale. Reach the fingertips up toward the sky, look towards your thumbs. Find balance. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, fold. Step back to high plank. Knees, chest and chin or chaturanga. Inhale, scoop the chest forward. Upward facing dog, draw those shoulders back. Exhale, release, downward facing dog. Counting your 5 breaths here. So conserve your energy in your resting dog. Find your resting dog pose. There's so many benefits just pausing here, breathing deeply. You're lengthening into the back of the legs. Keep melting the heart. Drop the head. And just breathe. With each breath, see if you can go a little deeper. Expand the lungs a little wider. And when you complete your 5th breath, bending the knees, sink the hips, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. We're going to sink the hips and come straight into our chair pose. Once again, reach the arms up. Sinking, see if you can sit down a little bit more and just hold here. Strong legs, keep lifting those arms up. Sink the hips, sit down, sit down, sit down. Press into the feet and gently coming up to standing. Take the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers. Beautiful, relaxing the palms now. And just pausing. So our 3rd sun salutation is lengthening. We're going to really focus on finding some extra length in the body. So to begin, stand up nice and tall. See if you can get taller where you are. Press into the feet, lifting the head. Can you grow your body a little bit taller here? And press into the feet a little bit further. Gorgeous. Hands to prayer. Inhale, reach those fingertips as high as you can. Look towards your thumbs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step or hop back to your plank, knees, chest and chin, while taking your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Finding length, drop the head back. Exhale, downward facing dog. So even in your downward dog, see if you can get a little bit longer in the legs. Lift the tailbone a little higher. See if you can bring your heels a little closer to the ground. See if you can lengthen your breath. See if you can drop your head a little closer to the ground. Gorgeous. Everyone okay? Still with me? So we're going to extend our right leg up towards the sky in line with your right hip. Begin to point the right toes. And as you inhale, begin to draw your shoulders over your wrists. Come onto the ball of your left foot and draw your right knee in towards your chest. Strong arms. Exhale, stepping it back, three-legged dog. Inhale, right knee to the outside of the right elbow, high as you can. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, right knee comes across the body to the outside of the left elbow, high as you can. Exhale, three-legged dog. Gorgeous. Keep going. Inhale, right knee to in between the hands this time. Stay on the ball of the left foot. And we're going to sweep our arms up into a lovely high lunge. Find your balance here. Reach those arms high and gently drop the left heel down. Take the arms long and find your warrior two. Check your alignment, roll the shoulders back and down. Right palm flips to face towards the sky and draw your right hand up and over, left hand down the back of the left leg. Drop the head. Take a breath here into that right lung. Exhale, release. Right elbow to right knee. Left hand reaches up and over. Option to hold here or taking that right hand to the inside of the right foot. Gorgeous. So pressing into both feet. Exhale, release, coming back to warrior two. Strong legs, begin to straighten out that front knee now. Inhale, reach the right fingertips forward as far as you can, reach, reach, reach. And as you exhale, right hand to the inside of that right knee. Look towards your left hand. Gorgeous. Trikonasana. Breathe. Pressing into all corners of the feet and exhale, release, come back to standing. Inhale, bending that right knee now. Begin to windmill the hands back onto your mat. You're going to rotate that left foot to come back onto the ball of the left foot and reach your right fingertips up towards the sky. Easy twist. Look towards your right hand. And begin to rotate that right shoulder now. Just making 3 big circles with that right arm. As much as you can, really opening into the ball or into the shoulder joint. Stretching out that right arm. Gorgeous. We're going to drop the left knee now and take the right hand to the inside of the right ankle and find your lizard pose from here. So you might stay here. This might be enough. Or maybe walking the hands forward, coming onto the elbows. Maybe just coming onto the left elbow, taking the right hand to the inside of the right knee and just gently opening up that right knee, coming onto the outside edge of the right foot. So lots of options. Take another deep breath here. And exhale, release. Coming back onto the hands, option to bend the left knee, left leg, and maybe taking hold of the inside of the left foot. From here, just taking a little quad stretch. That feels nice. And exhale, release. Begin to heel toe the right foot to the inside, to the center of the mat, I should say. Come up onto your fingertips. And as you exhale, begin to straighten out that right leg onto the heel of the right foot. Bring your chin in towards the chest, doming to the spine, bend the elbows. Holding here, taking 5 deep breaths. Really breathing into that right hamstring muscle. Continue to surrender. Keep the spine nice and rounded. Keep flexing that right ankle, breathing deeply into those hamstrings, that right hamstring muscle. Really counting out your breath. Keeping an ujjayi if you can. Keep that mouth closed. But if you have to breathe out through your mouth at any time, please do. Just listen to your own body. And then meeting back at the top of the mat, we're going to take our hands, spread the fingers wide, and begin to take that right knee back in line, or back to your left knee. And we're just going to sink the hips here. Take a quick child's pose. Drop the head and just ground. Take a grounding breath. Gorgeous. Exhale, release. Coming back to tabletop, we're going to tuck the toes in, sink the hips, or press the hips up towards the sky, drop the heels, and come back to your downward facing dog. Find your resting pose. So if it's too much, stay on your knees. You can stay in your tabletop position. If you can, coming back to downward dog. I'm just taking 2 more breaths here before we move into the other side of our body. Okay, so when you're ready, begin to inhale that left foot up in line with the left hip, pointing the left toes. You're going to bend the left knee, draw your shoulders over your wrists, draw the left knee in towards you, strong arms, stay on the ball of the right foot this time. Exhale, stepping back, 3-legged dog. Inhale, left knee comes to left elbow, high as you can. Exhale, 3-legged dog. Inhale, left knee comes across the body to the right elbow, high as you can. Exhale, 3-legged dog. Gorgeous. Last one, inhale, left knee comes to the center of the chest and step the left foot forward. Stay on the ball of the right foot, sweep the arms up. Find your high lunge first, find your balance. Taking a breath here, reach the fingertips a little higher. And as you exhale, we're going to drop that right heel, take the arms down in line with the shoulders. Find your warrior 2, left knee in line with left ankle, roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale, flip that left palm to face towards the sky and draw the left hand up and over as your right hand comes down the back of the right leg. Drop the head, take your reverse peaceful warrior. Exhale, release left elbow to left knee. Reach that right hand up and over. Find the line from your right fingertips to your right little toe. Option to go deeper, taking the left hand to the inside of the left foot. And hold here, look towards the right elbow or toward the sky, I should say. Strong legs, exhale, release, coming back to warrior 2. Breathe and begin to straighten out that front knee now. Inhale, reach the left fingertips as far forward as you can. Exhale, left hand to the inside of the left ankle, reach your right fingertips up towards the sky and find your Trikonasana. And Emer, I would say to you here, just bring that leg a little bit closer to the top of the mat. Yeah, and step that leg further back. Right down, yeah. Coming a little lower, yeah. And this knee over. So we want this knee in line with that. Yeah, roll the shoulders back again. Gorgeous. So we're in our Trikonasana. Take another breath, and as you exhale, release, come back to standing, pressing into both feet. We're going to bend the left knee back to warrior 2 and just gently windmill your arms back onto your mat, just around the left foot, coming onto the ball of the right foot, and gently release the right knee, release the right toes. Gorgeous. And we're going to we're going to take the left hand to the inside of the left foot and find your lizard pose. So you might need to heel toe the left foot a little further back. So you can bring both elbows to the ground or stay high. Whatever lizard works for you, you're just really stretching your right quadricep muscle here. And feel that compression in the left hip. Also, option to take the left hand to the left knee, open up the left knee coming onto the outside edge of that left foot. Really getting into that left hip glute area. And then you might heel toe that left foot back, maybe bending the right knee, taking hold of the inside of the right foot. So it's a pretty deep quad stretch in for this, or just going a little deeper into the quad, I suppose, right quad. Gorgeous. Exhale, release, dropping that right foot. Now heel toe the left foot to the center of the mat, coming onto the fingertips. Nice straight spine. And as you exhale, begin to straighten out that left leg, flex the left ankle, bend the elbows, bring the chin toward the chest, going into the spine here. And taking 5 deep breaths, really lengthening that right hamstring muscle. As you bring your chin in towards the chest, really feel the stretch through the spine. Can you feel it? Sometimes I like to imagine that when I bring my chin in towards the chest, I can feel the stretch down through my spine, and I can feel it almost going down into the back of my leg. Take one last deep breath here. And exhale, release, walking those hands forward once again. And we're just going to gently step the left foot back from here. Give your hips a little wiggle from side to side. Tuck the toes in and gently press back to downward facing dog. So once again, we're going to step the right foot up towards the sky. This time, really point your right toes as high as you can, lengthen that right leg. And bending the right knee, begin to open up the right hip. Look under your right armpit, taking the right hip and stepping it over your left hip. And begin to make 3 circles here with the right knee, really opening into that hip. As big as you can with the circles, yes. Gorgeous. Inhale, begin to draw the shoulders over the wrists once again, and we're going to take the right knee below right wrist, right foot below left wrist. Lengthen the back leg and find your pigeon pose from here. Keep the hips squared, walking the hands forward. And we're going to keep the flow moving. So, I can drop it by something there. And we're going to bring our hands out to the side. So we're going to inhale. So take an inhalation. And then as you exhale, bending the elbows, folding forward, hinging from the hips, bring your forehead down onto the mat. So once again, inhale. Open up. Open your heart towards the sky. And as you exhale, bending the elbows, hinging from the hips, fold forward, drop the head. 3 more here. Inhale. Exhale, release. Finding a little flow. Inhale. So you can also find stillness if you wish, if that's where you are today. Always listen to your body. Gorgeous. One last time. And we're going to bend the left knee if it's available. If not, just stay where you are, taking hold. If you can, take hold of the inside of that left ankle. And you can also, gorgeous. You guys are all over it. So just keep breathing here. Keep opening the heart towards the sky. We're just exhale, release, bringing the palms back to the mat. And gently come onto your left knee, bring your right knee back in line. Give your hips A little wiggle, tuck the toes in, and we'll take it on the opposite side. So draw the heels down, find your downward dog first of all, dropping the heels, give your head a little shake, yes, and a little shake, no, just make sure no tension is crept into the back of the neck, maybe giving your shoulders a little roll. And when you're ready, begin to extend your left leg up towards the sky, point the left toes, bring that left foot as high as you can towards the sky. And then bending that left knee, begin to draw the left knee up towards the sky, taking the left hip in line with the right hip, or stacking the left hip over the right hip. Look underneath your left armpit. And when you're ready, begin to take 3 big circles with that left knee. Keep breathing. Beautiful. And then we're going to roll the shoulders over the wrist, draw your left knee below left wrist, left foot below right wrist. Find your pigeon, straighten out that back leg, allow the left foot to swing back. Keep the hips squared. Walking the hands out to the sides, inhale, look up towards the sky, taking a little stretch here in your spine, and as you exhale, bending the elbows, begin to hinge, fold forward, bring the forehead down onto the mat. Inhale, opening the heart, opening the chest. You might need to walk your hands back a little bit each time. Exhale, bending the elbows. Inhale. So 4 more here. Exhale, release. Allow your breath to lead your movement. Don't even worry about the number. Just keep going. Really stretching into the spine. Obviously stretching into that left hip, of course. But really finding your flow here. Enjoy the stretch. As I always say, try to make it yoga fun. Maybe taking a little smile, soften the facial muscles. Okay, and then when you're ready, perhaps bending that right knee, taking hold of the inside of the right ankle. Or if not, maybe holding your pigeon. Just taking 3 more breaths here. Or just exhale, release, taking the palms back onto the mat, tuck the right toes in, and gently step back that left knee and step back into your downward facing dog. We're going to slowly begin to walk our fingertips towards our feet. Draw the heels down towards the ground. Find balance in your feet and take hold of the back of your ankles and gently bring your head a little closer to the ground. Keep lifting the tailbone high, lengthening into the back of the legs. Bring the chin in towards the chest and slowly begin to roll up through the spine. And we're going to step our feet out nice and wide. And we're going to find our goddess pose from here. So draw the toes out, heels in, shoulders over hips. Take the hands to the knees. Inhale, draw your right shoulder to center. Exhale, release. Inhale, left shoulder, center. Exhale, release. Once again, right shoulder to center. Stretching into the thoracic spine. Exhale, left shoulder to center. Lovely. Taking the right heel off the mat. And then taking the left heel off the mat. And see if you can take both heels off the mat. Find your goddess. Hands to prayer. Having a little bounce here. Beautiful. Dropping those heels. Once again, we're going to heel toe our feet back to hip distance. And just begin to hula hoop out those hips. Beautiful. So coming to the center of your mat, bring your feet as wide as the mat. And we're going to take our Malasana squatting pose. So draw the hips down. Use your elbows to open your knees up a little bit more. And just gently sway from side to side, coming up onto your tippy toes. And when you're ready, straighten out your spine, draw the shoulders back. Bring your tailbone a little closer to the ground and find that lovely squat Malasana. Exhale, release, taking the palms to the mat. And we're just going to step back into a high plank. And from here, we're going to take our right hand to the center of the mat and bring the edge of the right foot to the center of the mat. So we're going to take our side squat, bringing the hips as high as you can up towards the sky. So you can take your left foot in front or behind for extra balance, or stacking the left foot over the right foot. Keep pressing your hips up towards the sky. Take that left hand up and then over the head. See if you can bring your hips a little bit higher. And if you fall down, that's okay. Come back to your high plank. Skandhanasana. Okay, so often to do it on the other side. And of course, you can drop your knee to the center of the mat, perhaps beginning like so. Or see if you can, this is coming into your high plank, just rolling over to the side of the edge of your left foot. Reach the right hand up towards the sky. Keep pressing the hips, it's all in the hips. Pressing those hips as high as you can. Take the head back a little bit. And if you fall, that's okay. Come back to center. Everyone okay? Okay, we're going to drop our knees, bend the elbows, chest and chin to the mat, and come down to lying on your mat. And just bring the arms to the sides, just rock like jelly for a moment. We're going to, first of all, we're going to take off like airplanes. So begin to take your arms and legs off the mat. Point your toes, take the hands back. You can interlace your hands behind you to draw the shoulders back. And lift the head. Keep looking downwards, keeping the chin towards the chest. See if you can peel your chest off the ground. Breathe. Excellent, release. Dropping the forehead. Oh, just let everything go. Bring your right cheek to the mat and just wobble like jelly. Bending the knees. We're going to take hold of the outside of the ankles. So this might be enough for some. If you can, see if you can bring your feet up towards the sky. So again, keep peeling your chest off the mat. Use the grip on your feet to really peel the chest off. Keep bringing your knees down. You want to keep your knees on the ground if you can, and see if you can peel your chest off a little bit more. And just make an attempt. Excellent, release. Drop everything. Take the left cheek to the mat, wobble like jelly. Release, let go. Okay, we're going to try our bow pose one more time. Bending the knees. This time, take your hands to the inside of your ankles. Keep the knees straight, so don't allow your knees to go out to the sides. And you can flex the ankles to get a better grip. And slowly again, begin to peel the chest off the mat. See if you can bring your knees, press your knees down into the ground and peel the chest off. And you might get the legs a little bit higher. Beautiful. Lovely, just making an attempt to exhale, release, let go. Bring your right cheek onto the mat again. And just take a couple of deep breaths here. Slowly begin to bring your hands to the side of your ribs and gently press back into a lovely child's pose. Counterbalancing that stretch in the spine. Relax the hands and just curl into a ball for a moment. Taking hold of the ankles, bring your chin in towards your chest, bring your forehead as close to your knees as you can, and begin to pull on your ankles, lift your hips up towards the sky, coming into your bunny pose. Exhale, release, come back onto the knees. And from here, we're just gonna bring our legs out in front of us. Flexing the ankles, come into a nice L shape, just releasing hand flesh from underneath the tailbone. Inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the sky. As you exhale, hinging from the hips upward. See if you can grab your knees, shins, ankles. Bow down. Exhale, release, come back to seated. And we're just going to roll down the spine onto the mat, bring the knees in towards the chest. Bring the arms out nice and long and slowly take your knees to the left as you look towards your right hand. Soften the right shoulder. And just begin to take 3 deep breaths here in your twist. Exhale, release, engaging the obliques, begin to draw the knees across the body and to the opposite side. Look towards your left hand, soften the left shoulder. Find your twist and take 3 deep breaths. Feel that constriction in the lungs and see if you can expand a little further. Engaging the obliques, once again, draw the knees back to the center of the chest. Take hold of the outside of the feet and come into your baby pose. Just giving you a massage for your back, one final massage. And perhaps coming back onto your upper back and maybe taking a quick plow pose or shoulder stand if it's in your practice. And then when you're ready, slowly begin to find yourself in your Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring your feet together, allow the knees to fall out to the sides. Palms face towards the sky and begin to just rock the knees. Gently rock your head from side to side, allow the back of the skull to get really heavy on the mat. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And begin to take a few deeper inhalations. Inhaling in ease and calm throughout your body. And as you exhale, releasing, letting go, surrendering your practice now. Slowly begin to take the legs long, as wide as the mat. Allow your feet to fall out to the sides. And gently soften the back of the neck. Allow your throat to expand as you swallow. Relax the shoulders, elbows, wrists, back of the hands, and into each fingertip. Soften your upper back down through your lumbar spine into your coccyx. Soften your heart, your chest. Let your belly go. Relaxing hips, glutes, pelvis. Releasing all the muscles down through your legs into the tips of your toes. And as you exhale, continue to surrender your body, this physical body that you are in, just releasing, scanning through. Notice anywhere that you're clenching or tensing, any muscles that are still holding. And as you breathe a little deeper, see if you can find more areas within your physical body that you can release, that you can soften and let go of. And as your body comes to a deep stillness, begin to zone in on your breath, noticing this prana, life force that is moving through the body. So as the rest of your physical body lies still, your breath continues to move within, continuing to breathe that life through your body. Perhaps following mentally that journey that the breath takes in through your nose, down through your throat, into your lungs, stretching out the diaphragm. Imagine the inside of your lungs and where the breath goes, and then how it exits in an alternate form. And if the mind is still wandering, or if thoughts are coming and going, just witness those thoughts. Perhaps observing from a future you, a you in 6 months' time, a you in 1 year's time, a you in 5 years' time. Will you still be having these particular thoughts? Perhaps, perhaps not. And as you breathe a little deeper, just filtering out anything that does not need to be with you today. Just letting it go and allowing your breath to ground you in the present moment. The only moment there ever really is, the power of now. And as you value this precious moment in time within your body today, just beginning to acknowledge all that your body does for you. Even when you're sleeping, how incredible our physical body is. Just finding an extra little bit of peace here in this present moment. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Wriggle your fingers and wriggle your toes. And ever so gently just rolling over to one side, curling up like a baby for a moment. Honoring your inner child. And just begin to give yourself an internal hug and send yourself a lot of love and compassion and kindness for showing up for your practice today. And perhaps setting a little intention of self-care for the week ahead, whatever that may be for you. And gently, using your outer hand, slowly bring yourself up to a seated position. We're going to sit up nice and tall, and we'll place our palms facing up now in a receiving position. You can make a mudra with your index and your thumb Close down the eyes, and we're just going to take a really gentle to close our class. Inhale, prepare for Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you have a wonderful week. Lots of love. And I'm here for any questions or anything. And I'll see you next week if not.